How would LeBron have done with this type of physicality in this era?
When I think about LeBron, right, here's the deal. He's a career 27, 7, and 7 performer. I think in that era, he would have averaged a little bit less in points, significantly more in assists, but he also would have struggled his career at 73% shooting from the free throw line, shooting 69% from the free throw line this season. I think the free throw line would have been an impediment for him at times. But I think overall, his numbers would have been about the same. LeBron would be a superstar in any era. But the champion that he is, nah. You know, you got to have the ability to lead. And you got to remember that LeBron James is an affable leader. He's the kind of guy that gets along with a lot of dudes. They got a lot of love for him. He's not that maniacal dude in your face where, okay, you got cats that are scared of him. I don't believe in that hardcore era. Remember, LeBron would have done what he does as an individual. Nobody would have stopped that. But his ability to galvanize the troops around him, to be a bunch of rough riders, to handle an era like that, I don't believe that would have been the case. The only time Dwayne Wade would have been that dude. I think anybody else, Kyrie, of course, because Kyrie nasty, period. I mean, that's Isaiah Thomas, different era. I mean, Lord, Kyrie is something special. But I don't believe that LeBron would have enjoyed the same level of success.
There would have been a lot of dudes today who were beasts back then. LeBron would have been a monster in any era he played, going backward or forward. LeBron is a basketball supernova, and there is nothing that you're going to do to stop that in any era. You foul him, do whatever you want to do. Like, by the way, they jumped. LeBron's taken a lot of abuse because of physical phenom, right? Like, Shaq, in a way, took, not as much as Shaq, but you jump on him and refs let you get away with a little more because he's so big and fast and all that stuff. LeBron would have been an animal. But I'll tell you this, during the Bulls' double three-peats, LeBron gets no chips. I don't care what team he's on and who he's with. Jordan beats him every single time, 100 times out of 100 if Jordan's crewed up. Jordan never lost when he was crewed up, ever. When Jordan played a full season, like, you know, he came back for those 18 games, whatever it was, 20 games, when Shaq and Penny beat him, ridiculous. When Jordan was in basketball shape with a crew, he never lost. He never went to 7 games in the finals. So LeBron loses every single season Jordan's in his prime with a crew. But when Jordan took that little hiatus for those 2 years and Hakeem won back-to-back, I'll bet you LeBron gets at least one of those two. Or if Jordan, you know, LeBron's longevity's been a lot better than Jordan's in terms of playing consistently year in and year out now for how many minutes of his career. You know, Jordan was a great player in his late 30s briefly, but LeBron, no breaks, no 2-year absence, you know, right from high school. So LeBron may have outlasted Jordan. Jordan goes away, LeBron can take over the league. But LeBron's only time to win championships is if Jordan isn't there with a crew. When he was, LeBron loses 100 times out of 100. Otherwise, he's a monster.
Give me 1 second. I just wrote something down. Stephen A. Smith. Did you put LeBron James' name in the same category as Kyrie Irving and D. Wade? Did you just do that? I just want to make sure I'm hearing correctly. Did you put him in the same?
No, I was saying those are his. I was saying those are his teammates, like the teamates that he had.
Okay.
I was saying the teammates that he had going through an era like that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I wasn't comparing him to them.
Okay. So here's my thing. This is obviously a hypothetical conversation, but what team are you going to put LeBron James on? So because you can't say that LeBron James wouldn't be a different player. You also have to pay attention to the fact that LeBron James, the way he is right now, is because LeBron James has watched Michael Jordan and has chosen to do it his own way. But if LeBron James had to play in a game that was way more physical, you don't think LeBron James could step up to that challenge? You are talking about a player that is on the Mount Rushmore of basketball players, are we not? A guy who is 265 pounds, who is 6'9", who has a versatility way better than Magic Johnson and can actually dominate due to his physicality. There would not be a player even in that era of basketball that could compare with LeBron James in his physicality. So the question is, who are you surrounding him with? If you surround him with some thoroughbreds, LeBron James could have competed with the Jordan era Bulls. What makes you think he couldn't?
Jay, can I throw this
confused
at you?
here.
Competed,
Jay,
sure.
can I? No, Jay, I want to come back to you. I want to come back to you because when I talk about you to people, I remind people what a dog you were at Duke. Duke had great players, but you averaged 21 a game on the collegiate level. One season you shot 42% from three. Your last season you shot like 38% from three, averaging 21. We looked at Mike Krzyzewski, and Mike Krzyzewski was known as reeling dudes in. He couldn't do that with you necessarily any more than John Thompson could do that with Allen Iverson. You were just that kind of dogged dude. So it's not a critique of LeBron's overall abilities. We know what he would have done because he's so great. That's not what we're saying. We're talking about and imagining the moments leading up to you before you got to this point. The times when he was hesitant to take game-winning shots. The times when he was hesitant to go to the free throw line. The times when he was hesitant and dudes were trying to snatch his heart. Now, they couldn't because he was so great. But that era, in terms of hardcore cats coming at you, there are guys who always get their numbers, Jay. But the moments that call upon you to summon your greatness and ascend yourself, I think he would have been hampered to some degree, in my opinion. Those moments.
All I'm saying is that what you're doing right there is unfair because what you're doing is comparing LeBron James' trajectory, him coming out of high school, him essentially spending those first couple years in Cleveland, going through those battles, him learning how to win with D. Wade and the Cavs organization. See, you forget a big thing, Stephen A. Michael Jordan had a guy, and I hear what you're saying on the killer mentality, but Michael Jordan did have a guy named Dean Smith that helped him harness how to play the game and the right way to learn the game for 3 years before he came into the league. So that's all I'm saying.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.